Okay, here we
I
are.
don't remember it all, but I'll bring back some. Yeah?
Yeah?
That's me.
You good-looking devil, you.
Well, that was just one of my first warm-up stunts. Now, boy, I almost missed two tonight. That's one.
1931.
1931. And we made that out here in the hills between Glendale and I don't know where, but there used to be a hamburger joint near that, and I had a hill climb in there. I don't know if that'll be in or not, but this is some of my first ones. But that was an Indian 4 I'm using there.
Yeah?
And Indian kept me up for several years. Then finally I rode into Harleys, and then I got over to overseas in England, and I used JAPs, OK Supreme, and all that. That's one.
Well, that's incredible. Now, you got to be moving along pretty good there.
Well, I'm doing about 40, 45 miles an hour. There's a hard stunt to do. And do you know, they gave me $1,500 for that.
Is that right?
Yeah, Pete Smith and MGM. I made one with Universal, too. Now, here we come. I believe this is this shooting or pitching horseshoes?
Pitching
Yes.
horseshoes? Is you...
About 40 miles an hour. This is slow motion. I pitch the first one when I'm close. That's it. And I got a ringer, too. You know? Hope I do that good tonight.
Yeah.
Now, this is some shooting, I believe. Ray Grant is my...
Oh, yeah, I can see overhead you're shooting it.
He's throwing the clay pigeons in the air, and I'm shooting them with a shotgun. Yeah? Now, he'll throw another. Oh, this is where I jumped in the pier. Oh, Burdine Lindsay was there watching, and she was Gene Harlow's double, and I was scared to death, but I jumped off the Rocky Mountains for her.
Good heavens.
Yeah? They're going to take that thing out of there.
Oh, now you come back the other way, huh?
Yeah. They didn't want it in that ocean, so that'll bring her back out there. There it comes, see that?
Why did you start doing all of these incredible things? What's the wildest thing you've ever done? You tell them, because some of these things in the magazine I find hard to believe. What's the wildest thing you've ever done on a motorcycle?
Well, of course, I've had a lot of real close calls, but I guess the one I made the most money of was with Wimbledon Stadium, where they hold the tennis tournament.
Uh-huh.
I rode off motorcycle with my clothes on fire, petrol or gasoline, they call it here, and I rode down a ramp, up a ramp, jumped into a tank of water, which was 63 feet long, 10 foot wide, and about 5 foot deep. The motorcycle got in the tank, but I hit the 4x4 brace and rolled out to the side and almost broke my back. Well, I walked out that night with $5,875 from my share of the gate. We had 40,000 people. Now, that was one of them, but the time
Wasn't there a thing in the article here?
Well, that was at...
Where you're doing the fire thing on a motorcycle?
That was down by the tribe at Uganda. I rode a motorcycle from London to Cape Town, and I went through the Sahara Desert. But when I got to Uganda, I did a show there, because, well, that was my business. I was doing shows. And I advertised and did one there, and I went up to this big tower. It was about 90 feet in the air, and I put a sack on my head, soaked it in petrol or gasoline, and then I dove off of the top.
There's nobody that I know that would go ahead and climb a 90-foot tower, put a paper trash bag over his head and soak it in gasoline, light the bag on fire, and then jump off a 90-foot tower into a little bucket of water. Who would do such a crazy thing? I know I wouldn't. I think it was Putt Mossman. He's the one that would do such a crazy thing.